Shalom, Yashala, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh. I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Yasharala. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Harakah Kwadash for blessing our elders with the spirit of truth so that we may know. Shout out to the Akim and the Akwaf that's keeping the faith and the work. Shall keep at it. It's your brother Abaya coming at you with more precepts. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 47 and verse 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." Right? The daughter of Babylon continues to be exposed. So now it's to the point to where all of the nations around the world see the daughter of Babylon has got weak. The things that these different countries are saying and doing today, they weren't able to do 20 years ago. All right, 30 years ago, 10 years ago. They weren't able to do all of these things, but they're doing them now with great boldness. And like I said, it's not just the men of the Lord they're seeing this. It's not just, the people that's the woke individuals, right? That, create, different content, the preppers, I guess you could say. But the world is seeing this. And not only are they seeing this, they speaking on it. All right. So let me go to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. And verse 24 says, "I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh." Right? Ultimately, that's what it's going to lead to. Right? This place being taken unawares. But at the end of the day, this place it's been in a trap the whole time. It was committing all kinds of wickedness and atrocities against the Most High's people. The Most High really been setting this place up for destruction. It's been in a trap the whole time, and now we're starting to see it. We're starting to see that trap close up, and the Most High is making things happen because of His people waking up. Because His Word says, if we bethink ourselves in the land of our captivity, right? If we beg Yahweh for forgiveness, if we repent, then He'll maintain our cause, which means fight for us. And that's what He's doing, right? So with that, I'm going to let this video play. I'll be back.
They say a week is a long time in politics, sport, you name it. Throw national security in there as well. Last week, we sat here wondering whether US Speaker Nancy Pelosi's plane would be shot out of the sky. China had threatened such action if a trip to Taipei went ahead. Well, it did, and whilst Pelosi got out safely, missiles are being fired over Taiwan into Japanese waters.
Well, Taiwan is strongly condemning China for carrying out military exercises and launching missiles into the waters around the island.
It's unprecedented. Taiwan's accused China of simulating an attack on its main island. If it weren't so serious, I'd say, you think? We're at crisis point, and when I say we, I mean the world. Foreign Minister Penny Wong has condemned Beijing. For what it's worth, her US counterpart has too.
The Speaker's visit was peaceful. There is no justification for this extreme, disproportionate, and escalatory military response.
Oh no, sir. China has come out today, taken aim at the trio of finger-pointing nations, including Australia, and they have revealed that they are actually the victims here of US provocation, of course. What about Pelosi? Well, you might not think much of her politics, but you've got to admire her front.
They may try to keep Taiwan from visiting or participating in other places, but they will not isolate Taiwan by preventing us to travel there.
Some are saying that China are all talk and no real action. That could turn out to be a very dangerous assumption. And Talking about dangerous, the US administration's complete lack of clarity when it comes to their position on Taiwan and China. The US president has said that if China acted militarily, then his country would intervene on behalf of Taiwan. And yes, it's almost textbook now. The White House did try and walk those comments back. But what does it actually mean? Does America have any idea what it will do if our worst nightmare eventuates? I mean, look at Ukraine. For obvious reasons, no one is sending their troops in. US Congressman Steve Chabot says it's time for the states to move from strategic ambiguity to strategic clarity. In other words, it's time for them to have a formal military alliance with Taiwan.
I think it's somewhat dangerous when you have ambiguity. You're not clear whether or not we would stand with Taiwan or not. I think if China knows that we and our allies, probably Japan, Australia, and others, would stand with Taiwan, I think military confrontation, war, is much less likely to happen.
Australia, huh? America would expect the support of its allies. This ain't going to be a sit-back-and-watch kind of war like Ukraine. The US is weak and divided right now, not just on Nancy Pelosi's visit, but on almost everything that matters. Yet we need them to defend us if something goes wrong. They couldn't even defend themselves right now. Not just my thoughts, but those of the man who developed their national defence strategy. Elbridge Colby will join me shortly. Now, this all occurring as our government this week announced a review into our defence forces, appointing the same person who was responsible for some of the biggest budget cuts we've ever seen, despite admitting this.
To defend ourselves in the most complex strategic environment we've encountered as a nation in over 70 years.
Okay, so they say they won't cut, but how many times have promises been broken? And in doing this review, with the sole purpose, you'd think, of determining how strong we are militarily, do they have any idea what kind of war we might need to be able to fight? How can anyone come up with an answer if they don't know what the question is? Shortly, I'll take you through the chilling, and it is chilling, scenario Senator Jim Molan believes could signal the start of the next world war. It will happen while we sleep, and it will happen to us right here.
Straight like that. Right? So, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 79, and verse 10. It says, "Wherefore should the heathen say, where is their power? Let him be known among the heathen in our sight, by the revenging of the blood of thy servants which is shed." Right? That's what we witnessing. The setup for the revenge, the setup for the day of the Lord. Right? Like Script said, Babylon has been snared. It's in a snare. It's in a trap. And ain't no escaping it. Right? Verse 11 says, "Let the scion of the prisoner come before thee, according to the greatness of thy power, preserve thou those that are appointed to die." This kingdom is appointed to die, man. It is not supposed to last forever and never, even forever. And we're seeing the end of it. Right? And it look like the other nations are seeing the same thing that we are. Because it's so blatant now. Because like I said, the disrespect and the carelessness of these different countries on how they speak and act towards the daughter of Babylon, I've never seen in my entire life. Right? And with no retaliation, with no get back by the daughter of Babylon. That shows weakness. Right? And it ain't one event that's being pointed to with this. It's several events. Right? Let me see. Let me go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 90 and verse 14. Actually, verse 13. It says, "Return, O Yahweh, how long? And let it repent thee concerning thy servants. O satisfy us early with thy mercy, that we may rejoice and be glad all our days. Make us glad according to the days wherein thou hast afflicted us, and the years wherein we have seen evil. Right? And how much more glad could you be to see the individuals that the Most High placed over you to give evil to you, to oppress you? You see the end of that. Right? You seeing the end of it. Man, hey, we excited about these times, man, and the things that's going on. I promise we not walking around here sad because it look like this place over with, right? We rejoicing because it looks like real freedom is right there on the horizon, man. It looks like Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi is getting ready to make that ultimate move of revenge. Revenge for his people that's been oppressed, that constantly are oppressed, and if the devil has his way, will be oppressed forever and ever, even forever. Right? But all praise to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi. It ain't written that way. It's written for this kingdom to end, and it looks like that's what's going on. So with that, Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi Ratazah, these precepts in this video were edifying. Call Haloyim Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi Bahashem Harakah Kodash Shalom Yashala.